Hello, darlings. Welcome or welcome back. Say that in the tarot, or Hillary for short. I hope that you are doing well and having a wonderful day so far, my loves. I'm just going to see whatever wants to come out. We're just going to do a collective reading. And after the last reading, I feel like I need to remind people it's a collective reading. If something doesn't resonate in the reading for you, it's just not meant for you. Don't take it personally. Don't argue with it. That's a waste of your energy. You could spend so much time just focusing on other things than arguing with a collective reading, okay? All right, let's get into the details here. We're going to start off with Sacred Symbols Oracle and figure out kind of a general energetic foundation for this reading. What is this about today, Spirit? What am I reading for? What's going on? Trust in reverse, okay? So trust issues are highlighted right now. I don't even know that you could read that. I can't tell. Trust in reverse. Veiled, okay. Karmic path, okay. At the bottom we have affluence. Okay, I'm kind of getting a couple messages so far, so I'll try to remember both of them. The first thing that I'm getting is that I could be reading for someone who has a lot of trust issues because of some secrecy that has gone on in possible personal connections, karmic connections. There is just a lot of distrust, a lot of fear about what you're not privy to, what information you're not privy to, and that could be affecting. Oh, Divine Masculine. Okay. Could be reading for a Divine Masculine. I don't have to be, but that could be affecting the way that you're perceiving yourself, okay? And I feel like what Spirit wants to bring up about this specific trust issue is that you could be... I want to be careful with how I word it because I want to validate people's experiences without validating the way that they're projecting horrible things for their existence, okay? You deserve somebody or something trustworthy. You deserve someone who lays everything out on the table, who is upfront and honest even whenever it's difficult. That is what you deserve. And you can say, I know I deserve that, but no one does that for me. No one has done that for me, so I don't trust anyone. I assume everyone has something that they're hiding. I assume everyone's up to the worst. I assume everyone's up to no good because that's all I've ever been shown. And Spirit is saying to you, if you deserve something, then you have to believe that it exists in order to receive it. You have to believe that it's possible. You have to be open to receiving that. And I say that with so much empathy and compassion for whoever I'm reading for. I'm not saying that you don't have a reason or that your trust hasn't been broken, that you weren't the one open, honest, and upfront. Let your own character be proof that people like you exist, because if they didn't, you wouldn't be here. There are others like you. And if you can remember that other people being revealed for who they are, even if it was in a painful way, even if it hurt, that was a blessing in disguise. When others are not upfront and honest, the universe will certainly make sure that it gets revealed in time. Okay? And maybe what needed to be revealed is that you were aligning with people who were not on the same frequency as you. What a blessing that is. What a gift that was for that to leave your life. Can you reframe the way that you're looking at it instead of projecting and assuming the worst about everyone from this point forward? Do you see how you're kicking yourself and making yourself sort of align with people who confirm your own belief system? Because that's what we do. Subconsciously, we aren't even actively aware that we're doing it. But that's what you're doing. You could test people who are trustworthy to the edge of their limits, to the point where people could even feel like, I'm not even sure that I want to open up because you are so untrustworthy that you're gonna twist everything I say to fit your narrative. Do you see how you could let your karmic situation in the past, that trust issue, do you see how that can let you in a shadow way distort your own character especially if you're assuming that everyone is no fucking good. There's billions of us here. You ain't the only one who's good, baby. Let's get some more information. Who am I reading for? Yeah. You are certainly held hostage by your own thought process, and you might not even be willing to open your eyes and see it. Those mental chains there, you're just like, nope, somebody else put me here. I can't get myself out. This person could cut free of those ropes tying him if he just opened his eyes and grabbed one of the swords. The sword, one sword, which is the sword of truth, your sword of a belief system, decision making, that could set you free. Yeah, look at this. Ace of Wands here, coming up out of the ground. So what, you think that because other people have betrayed you in the past that just your hope and trust is dead forever? It's buried? Can you imagine how good it's going to be when you align with the type of people who are just as trustworthy as you? But then you got to be honest with yourself and say, are you being trustworthy to yourself, lying to yourself and cursing yourself with so many things that make you align with people who are not trustworthy right now? That make you act in irrational, triggered ways? Let's see. This is kind of a confrontation reading. And let me say, this confrontation is not to say, what the fuck you do and this is all your fault. This is a confrontation reading to say, you deserve everything good. So why the hell would you curse yourself to say that you're never going to receive that? That no one aligns with that? If you think that you're deserving of the best, then you got to believe that it exists. Otherwise, you are just kicking yourself. You are just burying yourself. You're saying one thing and doing a whole other ass thing. And then who's lying to themselves in that situation? Who's lying to you in that situation? Okay, let's get some more information. Who am I reading for? Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Two of Swords. 7-2, 7-2. I feel like what happened for you is that you used to spend a lot of time being overly patient, overly considerate, giving the benefit of the doubt, deciding to see the absolute best in people who gave you reasons to second guess their loyalty to you. You kind of turned a blind eye. You said everyone has problems before. And I feel like that turned around and bit you at some point, because back then it wasn't just that that person was dishonest to you. It wasn't just that that person was dishonest to you, it's that you were lying to yourself about that person. And I feel like that's been the hardest thing for you to swallow. And I feel like you're just like, okay, I've since decided that if I have any second guesses about anyone, even if that's my own damn thoughts, even if that's my own damn defensiveness, even if I be out here testing a motherfucker, even if I feel completely valid in that testing, if they don't respond exactly the way that I think they should, without me having to speak a thing about it, they're done. How's it working for you, babe? Does that feel good? Or does that feel like you're grabbing for straws, grabbing for power, grabbing for control, and still feeling controlless, out of control? But you think that you're in control. This could have even started in childhood with the way that this Two of Swords is a child. This could have started in childhood. That's why I want to say, I understand. It's been one thing after another. And that's exactly why you deserve to remember and affirm and believe that you're worthy of the good shit. Just because you didn't have it as a child, just because you didn't have trustworthy parents, trustworthy caregivers, trustworthy siblings, family, just because that wasn't solid for you, and then that carried over into your relationships, because baby, unfortunately, subconsciously, we find people and we seek people who our subconscious believes that we'll relive a similar experience with, and give that new person, our lover, an opportunity to do what our parents never did for us. That's a thing. That's a thing. You don't know. You didn't know. And I'm not saying that other people's faults are your fault. Please don't twist it. Please hear the compassion and the understanding, but also the complete belief that you deserve to know that you are worthy of good things and good connections and good people. And it starts with being and believing that for yourself, not entertaining people who remind you on an energetic level, on an emotional level, of people who you couldn't count on. So you gotta think outside your type then, because your type is warped. Your type was built on instability, on karma. Question your type, question your comfort zone, question your truth. Don't let yourself settle for being mistreated, for believing that everyone will mistreat you, for them treating everybody like everybody's mistreating you. I'm talking to someone who gets triggered and immediately points a finger because you think your lovers are not your lovers, your people should never be so toxic as to cause a triggering within you. That ain't realistic, because your triggers, honey, your triggers have nothing to do with what other people are intending or not to, or not intending. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that. Your triggers are showing where you're still fearful. Your triggers are an opportunity to build trust, for you to claim that. I'm triggered. I'm triggered. I'm scared. I'm worried. Let me claim that. I'm unsure. I'm feeling untrustworthy. Have you necessarily done anything untrustworthy? I don't know, but just a heads up, I'm probably perceiving everything you're doing as untrustworthy. You know how much connection you can build and how much trust you can build with being upfront and honest about that shit? Do you know how relieving, how emotionally freeing it is to just claim that and work through it? Take some deep breaths, be honest about it. People will be a lot more willing to meet you at your triggering when you claim that, when you take ownership of that, instead of saying, I just can't trust you because you're doing this. You're doing what? I'm going to assume the worst. I'm going to assume the worst. Do you see why people get defensive, why they don't want to open up? Man, you're going to twist it into something that it ain't even is. It wasn't even like that. Wasn't even like that. I'm not saying that it's easy and that you're going to get it perfect. There is grace for you too. There is grace for you. On some level, you're aware of this. I know it. I know that you're aware of this pattern. I know that in hindsight, you look back and you're like, kind of overreact with that probably. Probably going to think about that overreaction for the rest of my life. I'm probably going to kick myself for being that overreactive. You're not too much. You want to align with trustworthy connections that are in soul alignment, then you got to be so fucking accountable as hell for what you're thinking, for what you're assuming, for what you're believing, for what you're speaking. And you got to recognize, I am not speaking or believing good things about what I'm worthy of right now. I'm saying that I'm worthy of the real thing, but then telling myself that it don't exist, that I'm just going to get trampled on. What a bully ass thing to say. I want to imagine, like, if anyone told your child, you're such a great person. You deserve the best, but unfortunately, everyone's going to treat you like shit, child. No one's going to love you. What would you do to that person? Because I know what I would do to that person. I would show up and I would prove to my child that I'm going to be the person who proves them wrong. And I'm going to put them in their place. I'm going to call their mom. I'm going to set a boundary and I'm going to speak life into my child. I'm going to speak life into my child. The thing is, your inner child needs nurturing. It needs mothering. Yeah, we can get defensive. We can go to war for ourselves. We can feel like we are ready to rip heads off, right? That's a very masculine way of approaching protection. Your inner child needs mothering to get over this. And I say get over it lightly, okay? To process this. What would a mother do? What is like a matriarchal way of addressing a problem? Protect the kid. Nurture the kid. What do you need to speak to yourself to make sure that you're okay? You're going to really tell yourself the worst case scenario? That's not what you deserve. What do you need to do for yourself to set up protective barriers to make sure that you're not going to surround yourself with thoughts, people, belief systems that would even be a hindrance or a threat in that way? What do you got to do? Because the thing is, you're not even trying to make sure that other people can earn your trust. You're trying to earn your own trust and you haven't even seen it. You're trying to earn your trust, babe. When you trust yourself, let me say this. When you trust yourself, when you know, I got me, I'm going to do the best thing for me. I'm going to speak life over me. I'm going to believe in hope for me. I'm going to believe in good things for me. I'm going to believe and set myself up for what I'm worth. You know, I'm not going to settle for less than what I don't deserve. I'm going to let myself love vulnerably because I deserve to be held. I deserve to be soft. I deserve to express that way fearlessly. I'm going to let myself express and be that because I know I got me. I'm going to take care of myself. Then you'll be able to trust other people because it really doesn't matter what other people do. That doesn't mean that you'll align and put up with bullshit. Hell no. It just means that you won't be as rattled by other people. You'll just say, okay, that's clearly if someone is trying to fuck around with my heart, my emotions, my stability, if someone ain't it, then they just ain't it. It's just that simple. It's not about me. It's about them. They just ain't it. You take it less personally. You take care of yourself. You value yourself. You're there for yourself. You support yourself. You care about yourself. You do things that are good for you. This was never about trying to find someone else to fill that hole. Okay. I heard that. Whoa. This is about you filling in that void for yourself, okay? I'm going to leave this here. This was kind of an intense reading, and I just want you to know you deserve everything good in this life. You do. You deserve to believe that you're going to get it. You deserve to be kind to yourself and nurture yourself and protect yourself in a way that is not demeaning what is possible for you. Okay? I'm going to leave it here. I love you so much. Take care and ta-ta.